Everybody, welcome back to another pregame video from your friend, the Fairweather Rugby fan. How's it, guys? How's everyone doing? I am absolutely amped. We have got Springbok Rugby returning this weekend to Loftus in Pretoria, a hallowed ground for Eddie Jones, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I just want to thank every one of you guys for subscribing. I do appreciate it. I know this is a different take from a different accent on the game of rugby union here. We do have the Rugby World Cup coming in 8 years here to the United States, and I would just like to spread word that Americans are into the sport. It is growing here, and you do have massive, massive Springbok supporters here that don't have a South African accent. But thank you guys for the support. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button, dude. And I love the feedback, whether it's positive, negative. And if anything, you just get a little bit of enjoyment out of hearing a foreigner butcher names sometimes. But with that being said, once again, it is the Rugby Championship, the abridged edition this year in 2023, as we have the Rugby World Cup and the title defense by your Springboks. So let's go ahead and look at a little bit of history between these two teams. I went all the way back to the year 2016, the Rugby Championship. Australia won in Brisbane that year by a score of 23-17. We turned around at Loftus, where we'll be this Saturday, and won 18-10 at Loftus. 2017 Rugby Championship, both games ending in a tie, a draw, in Perth out in Western Australia, and then Bloemfontein, there, the home of the Cheetahs. 2018 Rugby Championship, Lang Park in Brisbane, we do take the L, 23-18, and then we turn around and win 23-12 in Port Elizabeth. 2019, the Rugby Championship, we beat the brakes off of the Wallabies at Ellis Park, 35-17. It was a beautiful game. And then COVID hit, and it became the Tri-Nations again as the Springboks bowed out of the 2020 Rugby Championship due to COVID. 2021, we come back. We take 2 L's, both games in Australia, one in Brisbane and one in Gold Coast. Last year, we continued 3 games skid, 25-17 loss at Adelaide, but then we get that victory in Sydney. So a long and sordid history, but you know what? That's all out the window. We've got Eddie Jones, the coach now of the Wallabies. And he hasn't fared too well at Loftus, to say the least, and we'll get to that in a moment. The weather report. Man, I got on my weather app, and it said it was going to be like 8 degrees and like 95% showers. And then I realized, oh, no. That's where the U20s are happening in the Western Cape. It's going to be absolutely perfect weather, 15, sunny and 15, 54 for you guys in the Fahrenheit part of the world at Loftus in Pretoria. It's going to be great. So let's go ahead and get into this 23-man squad that Eddie Jones has assembled. We will have a total of 4 debuts coming off of this one. So the front row will consist of James Slipper, David Poriecki, and Alan Alaalatoa. Nick Frost and Will Skelton will be the locking duo for this one. Tom Hooper, the Brumby, makes his debut at number 6, and God, what a horrible photo that is of him on the lineup sheet. Michael Hooper, captaining the side, always got to keep your eyes on him. He's capable of anything. With Rob Valentini anchoring it all in at number 8. If you have virgin ears, screw it. Bitch-ass Nick White will be starting at scrum half. God, I hope. Yeah, we'll get into that later. And the terrorist himself, they allowed him into the Republic of South Africa. You can blame that one on the ANC if you want, but Quaid Santini Cooper at fly half. The Fijian duo of Koroibete and Vunivalu will be the left and right wings, respectively, with Reece Hodge and Len Ikitau, the centers. Tom Wright anchors it all at 15. A 6-2 split coming off the bench for Eddie Jones, as he has utilized Jordan Ulisi, Matt Gibbon, and newcomer and Waratah Zane. looks like Nungor. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's pronounced. If anybody in the comments knows how it's actually pronounced. He is making his debut. He is a big old boy. Richie Arnold, the 30-year-old Toulon player, will be making his debut with Pete Samu and Tate McDermott rounding out the forward replacements. Another Fijian will run out the back replacement, Simon Karivi, and on debut, Carter Gordon, the Rebel. Now we will get over to Jog Naniber's side that he has decided to select here. And I am absolutely stoked. This is considered our B side, and I think it's absolutely hilarious that this is considered our B side. And if I can get my TV to work here, we will pull it up here. All right. Jog Naniber has selected a 23-man squad. This is considered our B squad, oddly enough. Believe it or not. I still think that's absolutely crazy. And then I see the videos of Cheslin Colby, Eben, Sia, Malcolm Marks, everybody coming back. There was a late replacement with Oxenche, unfortunately suffering a pectoral strain or tear, something in the pectoral muscle. He is not going to be playing at all. They have replaced him with, a guy that's no slouch, and that would be Steven Kitsoff. So the front row will consist of Kitsoff, Bongi Manambi at hooker, and Franz Malherba. Irish vet, 5 caps with Ireland, getting his first cap, Jean Klein, and Marvin Ori, the locking duo. Ori not having a lot of time. I think this is a great opportunity to get him some playing time. The flankers will be Marco van Staden and Peter Steph-Toy. No arguments there. And captaining the side, Thor himself, Dwayne Fulmulin. I'm absolutely excited about him captaining. I think he's a great veteran. I love the guy's background. You can go back in my videos and talk about the guy all the time. I love me some Dwayne Fulmulin. Jakobus, Kobus Reinek, and Manny Libok. Libok getting the start at fly half. I really, really hope that Kobus gets a point. No disrespect to Fuff the Clerk, but if Kobus Reinek gets a hold of you, it's not going to be a soft tap on the cheek. He's going to lay you out. He has got nice broad shoulders. Absolutely happy that he's getting the start at scrum half. The young duo of Kurt Lorenza and Kanan Moody will be the left and right wing. They will, we'll talk about that in a moment. Former Premiership Player of the Year, Andre Esterhuizen, and, what can I say? The best center, honestly, in the entire world. Lucanio Am makes his return to the green and gold, and anchoring it all, the veteran, the graying veteran, Willie LaRue. It'll be great to have him in the back there to kind of anchor it and kind of steer everything from behind here. I think he's really good. A standard 6-2 split coming off of the bench for the Springboks with Joseph Dwaba, Thomas Dutoy, and Vincent Koch making that bomb squad front row. And a name that, oh my God, I cannot wait for him to run on. The Viking himself, RJ Snyman. Oh my God, I can't wait to see him run onto the pitch. It's going to be so awesome. I'm so excited about that in itself. With his other forward replacements will be Evan Ross and Dion Forty, the 37-year-old. Still in single-digit caps, but he's great. The back replacements will be Grant Williams. I believe he just is going to be for a scrum half replacement. And utility guy and boot and everything can probably play fullback, fly half, center, wing, whatever. Damian Valenza. So let's go ahead and go back to what I said. I think the key matchup here is going to be the terrorist Quade Santini Cooper and Manny Libok. Now, Quade Santini Cooper, he's good. I'll hand him that. He's good. 37, 38 years old, 36 years old, not a spring chicken by any means. I took quite a bit of a time off from the time with his Wallabies and has made it back in. I think that is probably their best option at fly half. Apparently, James O'Connor is going to be playing the Australia A side, whatever. I guess his time is done. I just don't really see it happening for him. But Quade Cooper, he could hurt you. He I talked all this cack last year about him, and then he ended up beating us. He can kick. He's definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to kicking the ball. And I think everyone just hates Nick White. I think everyone at this point, outside of Australians, and I bet probably a lot of them probably hate him too. Nick White, the whole thing last year with Faf, it was nasty. It was nasty, and I mean, I don't want to see anybody go to the hospital or anything like that, but Cobus, if you watch this and you get a chance to just lay him out, just lay him out. Just lay him out, even if it's a penalty. Don't get carded. Don't do anything stupid, but just knock the wind out of him. Maybe like rip part of the stash off. But yeah, it's just that I do think that's going to be a key marquee matchup, and then also obviously we saw what Kiribati can do last year. I mean, it was him and the Mpipi kind of saga, Mpipi saga. I don't think Kurtley or Kanan Moody are Makazole Mpipi. Neither of them are Cheslin Colby. I think they're more akin to Cheslin Colby, though. Especially Kurtley. He's kind of that undersized guy, scrum cap, but he's just got those juke moves and can kind of, oh man, stutter step you. Oh, it's so great to watch him play. And I think Kanan's a bit taller. I don't know how much taller he is. He just seems a bit taller. I'm pretty sure he's probably a couple of centimeters taller than Kurtley. But I think the real test for this game is going to be Esterhuizen at center. We have yet to see the Andre Esterhuizen that was Premiership Player of the Year. I just have not been super impressed by what I've seen. He had a couple of just mishandling the ball a bit last year and that whatnot. I need to see a lot more than that because personally, I still think Lucanio and Damien Dialende is the 1-2 combo at center. Those guys are on the same page. They're not even just on the same page. They're on the same word on the same page. And they work so well together, but we need to have options at center. And I think this is a keen time for Esterhuizen to really show like, hey, look, this is where I belong. And he needs to have a really good game. Not worried about our front row replacements. A little worried at lock, obviously, not having Etzebeth or, Ludhagen to play, but having RG come off the bench, man, that guy's. When we play the All Blacks, not during this rugby championship, but in that lead-up game at London, at Twickenham, dude. Sam Whitelock and Brody Retallick are going to have their hands full with if you've got Eben, Lude, and RG all. Oh my God, it's going to be a bloodbath with the three of them. Heck, we might even see Eben and RG start at this. Oh my God, that would be brutal. But I think with RG's injuries that have happened the last couple of years, I think he's kind of been relegated to being the bench guy. But God, I would hate to see Eben and RG get pissed, man. That's going to be bad. That's going to spell disaster for any locking duo. Maro Itoje, you do not want a piece of either of those guys. They are going to mess you up. And it's so good to have him back. Hopefully we take care of him. He does not get injured, and we can continue on this tournament and get the dub. My prediction is 21-15. I think we come away with the victory. I think that we're obviously going to try to kill him with kicking, but matching up against somebody like Quade Santini Cooper, he can go tit for tat with us on kicking all day. I think the difference is going to be the front row. I'm also looking for Joseph Dweba to have a really good game. He has not impressed me so far. I think this is an opportunity for him to really start to impress me a bit as him being another option. And he needs to have a good game. Dweba needs to have a good game. Klein needs to have a good game. Ori needs to have a good game. Libok needs to have a good game. Esterhuizen needs to have a good game. Everybody else, not so much. I'm not so much worried about it. But, yeah, like I said, Joseph Dweba, you need to have a good game, bud. Even coming off the bench, you need to have a good game, bud. I want to see some definite improvement at scrum time, because when you come off, you're the bomb squad, and you're put out there to shut it down, to close it out. And I can see them bringing these guys on about the 55th, maybe 60th minute, and hopefully we close it out. And I'd probably bring Dwayne off about at that same point, 60th minute. Let the veteran rest his legs. We've got, the Rugby Championship, but more importantly, we've got the World Cup to look forward to. So with that being said, like I said, my fight, 21-15, my prediction, a Springbok victory this Saturday. So once again, just wanted to let everybody know I will be going live for this game. You can come on over to YouTube, chit-chat with me. Sometimes it's just me by myself. Maybe it's a couple of people. Come on by, hang out. It's a 10:05 Central Standard Time kickoff here. Flow Sports, the domestic carrier for it here in the United States. I'm pretty sure SuperSport will be the carrier in South Africa. I'll have my headphones on because I can't blast you. I won't be able to show the game, or you won't be able to hear it, but I'll put my headphones on and we'll watch this game and hopefully come away with a dub for the Mighty Springboks. Let's get this 2023 campaign started off properly and come away with the victory early. With that being said, I hope to see all of you guys on Saturday. Let's go Springboks, and hopefully we will have a great post-game video where we will talk about the victories and the things we liked, and hopefully not too many things we didn't like. With that being said, cheers, guys.